All right, time to get additional insight from our chief political correspondent, Vassy Kapelos. Vassy, you've been talking nonstop since this day began. What jumped out at me was the Prime Minister saying he had dinner with his kids last night and shared his news with them. It was a bit of personal insight into a political decision. And he did seem to get a tiny bit emotional at the press conference, right? So what stood out to you today?
Yeah, I don't think that the Prime Minister came to this decision, Sandy, very lightly. I just spoke to Immigration Minister Mark Miller, who was part of the conversations over the last number of weeks and months, he said, about whether or not the Prime Minister should stay or go, that he sought the counsel of people like Mark Miller, and that ultimately it was just over the last few days that that decision congealed. It did stand out to me that the primary reason he conveyed for arriving at the decision was the internal caucus dynamics, that essentially he had lost the support of caucus, and this is certainly what was conveyed to me by people around him, that it was basically he didn't see a path forward. So I do think that is significant, and that stood out to me, and there wasn't a lot of, oh, I did X, Y, and Z wrong, I could have done X, Y, and Z differently. Maybe that comes a different day, but it certainly wasn't today.
Okay, Vassy, we're going to let you go now, but we want you to stick around because I have some more questions to ask you at the end of the newscast, okay? Thanks so much.
You bet.